inside, and all it takes is a call to Bryant. With healthy air options, Bryant can help you eliminate allergens, odors, and harmful chemicals, all while controlling indoor humidity at the same time. If it's time for a breath of fresh air inside, it's time to call Bryant. Breathe easy, breathe healthy. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. We do whatever it takes.
Problem gambling can destroy an individual's finances, relationships, physical, and mental health. If you are a loved one or struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Keep summer green with Judson Bylene and Judson Irrigation. More than 40 years ago, Judson Irrigation started taking in orphans. Lawn sprinkler systems installed by a quickie, cheapy summer job, install 'em and forget 'em outfit, long forgotten. Call Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Smoked meats, amazing sides. The only problem when they fix you a plate is that at some point, that plate will be empty. But hear me out. What if that plate was never empty? That dream can be your reality with the Mary Ellen's Express Lunch Buffet. From 11 to 2 every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and even Saturday. One price, all you can eat, and it even comes with a drink. Tell your boss you're taking a long lunch and get down there. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul at 29th and Pine Lake. Let them fix you a plate.
Hi, I'm Barb Bettine, President and CEO of the Lincoln YMCA. On behalf of the Y, I want to thank you for voting us Lincoln's Choice for Best Youth Sports Programs, Best Youth Activity Programs, and Best Preschool. These categories represent so much of what we do at the Y, and we're honored to serve thousands of families in our community each and every day. Hey, with summer just around the corner, I invite you to stop in to one of our 4 branches and learn how the Y can be a part of your family. The Y Outdoor Pools open May 27th, and we can't wait to see you.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
For great views, go to Kansas. For unforgettable views of action-packed racing, go to Kansas Speedway. NASCAR weekend at Kansas Speedway, May 6th and 7th. Get your tickets today at kansasspeedway.com.
Your home should not be a zoo to unwelcomed animals. Let the experts at Bats to Rats take care of those problems. Dane has been a leader in wildlife and pest management and prevention in Lincoln and the surrounding area for 15 years. He can help you get rid of bats, rodents, and anything else. Whether it's residential or commercial buildings, schools, apartments, or churches, they're always a phone call away. Call today at 402-310-0904 or visit batsterats.com. Bats to Rats Wildlife Control and Prevention.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Scattered showers and thunderstorms will be a possibility as we'll reach an afternoon high of around 73. Winds out of the southeast at 15. Another chance of late night thunderstorms tonight with a low dropping down to around 59. Clearing skies tomorrow, much warmer with a high of 84. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Right, we are back. Old school, real quick before the UFC segment. Old school is brought to you by the Mercado Certified Piedmontese and Special Ingredients, located at 84th and Havelock. Now, Kenny Woolhite, Kenneth, back to you.
You know, go ahead.
Look, man, I'm just not understanding what game you were watching yesterday. The whole NBA is predicated on whether Anthony Davis decides he wants to play basketball or not. Last night, he looked like he was disinterested in playing, at least up to his capabilities. And so, as he goes, the Lakers go. As the Lakers go, the NBA goes.
We said
either
that.
wants Golden State and the Celtics, or the Lakers and Celtics.
We said that the Lakers go Lakers go as far as AD take them. We said that. It's just mind blowing that he can act one way in one game, then he can act another way in another game. You know what I mean?
And we all see it coming.
Right.
It's just crazy.
Yeah, the thing is that, say that, the game's 48 minutes, so generally NBA games, an hour and a half, 2 hours, right?
Yep.
You can tell whether the Lakers are going to win or whether he's going to play bad the first 2 minutes. So I would ask him, like, man, you get prepared, you go to shoot around, you show up at the stadium, and then in the first 2 minutes, you might as well just go home.
You go send him home already?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't send him home, but they're like, why are you going to waste time for another hour and a half knowing you ain't going to play good? Because if it's in the first 3 or 4 possessions and AD falling all over the ground and stuff, like his equilibrium off, it's not going to be a good game. And the Lakers actually tried to, and they were winning the first quarter, right?
Yeah.
So LeBron was playing well, and they kind of picked up where they left off. It's 2 different things. It wasn't AD, but solely, but then he lost interest in the second quarter, and didn't take the bull by the horns to kind of give LeBron and the rest of the team a break. But then also what was different was Vanderbilt and those guys, as far as when they were picking up Steph full court, they didn't realize how effective that was, or that was on Steph in the rhythm of Golden State's offense. With Golden State, they're a very highly skilled team from a basketball IQ standpoint, shooting and passing standpoint. But what they do not like is to be uncomfortable.
No.
You saw last year with the Celtics, until Williams got hurt, they were uncomfortable.
Yep.
And the Celtics really always had control of the game. They had control of the first game last year in the NBA Finals, but they didn't know how to close out a game. And so I think when the Lakers go back and watch that first game versus the second game, AD is always, that's just a known. AD plays well, the Lakers' chances of winning go to like 85%. He doesn't, it goes down to like 45%. But when they look at the other intangible things that allowed them to essentially control the game from, start to finish in the first game, it'll be, the physical contact and the defensive intensity starting with Steph. And it doesn't necessarily have to show up in the defensive stats. Where it shows up is when the Lakers are on the offensive end. So that's how they're able to get to the rim, the free throw line, to the magnitude of almost 30 free throw shots. And that's how you extend leads and then keep, the momentum of the game. Because what Golden State wants to do is, they know majority of the teams in the NBA can't shoot like them. So get the shooting contest, then they get to run their sets and make the extra pass, lay up you to death, hit open threes. Now you got Clay hitting, then you got Steph hitting, then you got the what's his face that came off the bench. He didn't even come off the bench. He came out the parking lot. Dude ain't played in 12 games. He come out. He hit 2 or 3 threes. Jermichael Green. Yeah, and so he hadn't played in like 12 games. He was the coach that for 12 games. He gets in there, and then Jordan Poole showed a little bit, and then everybody else kind of fed off of it with Looney being hurt, or being I guess under the weather. So. Yep. I think it's just one of those things that the Lakers need to get back and regroup. And they couldn't hit the broadside of a barn yesterday. And Austin Reeves was a little off as far as his defensive switches, which allowed Steph to get loose. I think they'll tighten up, tomorrow night.
Gotcha. Hey, so Nuggets Suns tonight. You think Nuggets go up 3-0? Nuggets go up 3-0, or Suns get one?
Yeah, this is gonna be. Hey, listen. I don't bet, but what I tell you, Nuggets gonna sweep. Get the broom out. They're going down to Phoenix. They're gonna blow them out.
That's a big statement, Jay.
Because Chris Paul, I don't know what he did. What was it? Rabbit's foot gives you good luck.
What
Right?
you mean?
Rabbit's foot. Remember they said have a rabbit's foot and gives you good luck.
Yes.
Whatever he did, he must got a crow's foot in his back pocket. I ain't never seen somebody get hurt on miscellaneous injuries all the time. Now you have 2 weeks with a growing strain, and you didn't even do nothing. So what that does is that hurts their offensive tempo.
It does.
It puts more pressure on Booker and KD without a facilitator. And Chris Paul sometimes can be really not sometimes he's really good point guard as far as like defensively. So Andre Ayton, he's not an offensive threat. He's more of a kind of lob, put back in the 15-footer, but he can't create his own shot off the dribble. So now you're going to watch his offense now be very, very isolation game.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that fits for Booker and KD, but nobody else. And so if the Nuggets come out with the intention of ending this series by, all they got to do is keep it close in the first, second, and third quarter, and they'll end up winning by double digits based on they have a deeper bench, more legitimate offensive threats, and also they're playing way more efficient basketball on the offensive and defensive end. And really, what makes them better than version of themselves is their defensive intensity this year versus last year. They've gotten a little bit more physical. They have a little bit more, I wouldn't call it swagger, but they have a little bit more intensity. They definitely got a chip on their shoulder, and they're playing with a lot of pride. And it's showing up, in these playoffs real soon or real early. And I think it's going to be no different tonight against the Phoenix Suns.
This is where the Suns miss Bridges.
Yeah.
This is where they miss him.
You miss him because
Chris Paul's out.
Bridges, but see what Bridges could do, he can switch 1 through 4. He's a little bit, he's 6'8". He could probably be in certain situations, a 5. But what he can do is he can eliminate Jamal Murray.
That's what I'm saying. This is where they're going to miss him.
Look at his matchup. He does really well against the Nuggets. And so they're missing that, but then they're also missing Johnson and Bridges in the sense of it's like they switched off games. As much as we talk about AD, well, if you had another guy like AD for the Lakers, you'd be okay. Well, the Suns had Booker, Paul, and then one of those two, Bridges or Johnson, would always go off.
Yep.
Well, they lost that third, power punch, and you see it in the offense. They look like they're really working hard to score points. Where in the last 2 or 3 years, they were actually looking like they were scoring with a lot of ease.
Okay, Sixers, Celtics. Who goes up 2-1?
I think the Celtics are going to win. I think it was a valiant effort the first, game, but I just didn't like. I felt like both the Sixers and the Lakers lost by wide margins, but I felt like the Lakers actually were still trying to play basketball. I felt like the Sixers, won that first game and just willingly gave up that second game, and it didn't look like even the same team going to be back. I don't think they have the leadership that's needed to bounce back from a big loss like that. But I also don't think they have the leadership to rally at home or to really take advantage of this 1-1 record right now in the playoffs. I think they're going to end up losing this game. Maybe come back and win game 4, and they're going to get closed out. 2 games after that. So not Phoenix, but Celtics can be done with them in 6 games.
Okay, I text you this, but what's your opinion on Harden going to Doc Rivers, asking him if he can go to Vegas before this series?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like that. I mean, it's like, look, man, the hardest thing for anybody is dealing with success, right? And whatever you view it as success. James Harden viewed getting through a playoff series as success. Regardless if you have a couple of days off, you played 82 game season, you're just in the playoffs. You have your star Joel Embiid, potential for the MVP. Find a world where you want to fly from Philadelphia to Las Vegas because you have a couple of days off. And let alone Doc Rivers, I don't care if Dennis Rodman did it or not. James Harden is a little older and not in as good a shape as Dennis Rodman. And he is expected to exert more energy than anybody on that team as far as handling the ball, being off the ball, coming off screens, and all that stuff, and the amount of dribbles he takes before he shoots. And yeah, he played good in game one, and he showed some leadership. But really, your true leadership is based on your actions, you know. And he could went to Vegas in the offseason.
So
Vegas isn't going anywhere. And what was in Vegas that was so important that you need to leave during the playoffs?
His buddy was going to break the all-time career tackles record.
No, that's Kenny. See, Kenny wasn't even the king, man. Now that would have been a good excuse. James Harden just went to party. You shouldn't have to need the party during the playoffs.
And that's something that really, really irks me, because if your main focus is to win a championship, that's got to be your focus. Win, lose, draw. If you're trying to win a championship, that's got to be. It's called making sacrifices. Like you just said, Vegas is not going anywhere. You can go to Vegas after either win a championship or Barkley and Kenny Smith will be saying going fishing, right? If it's not a family emergency, there's no reason for you to want to go to Vegas during this time of the year when you're in the playoffs.
Right.
When you're trying to play for all the marbles.
It was odd also with Doc Rivers. He should know better.
Yes.
Look, I mean, Doc being under a little bit of pressure, even though he's a world championship coach, he's had some good teams. He's had good teams with the Clippers. He's had good teams with Philly. But they're saying he can't win the big one, right? And he can't get him out of the first round. Why would you, as the leader of the team, not temper that and say he couldn't go, or say I would prefer you not to go? Now, then that would put the onus on the player and say you went on his own, and then you could leave it up to the team to find you, or fake find you. Now you're looking silly, and he's looking silly, and the news comes out after you just got beat by 40 points. And I know it's the new NBA now, to where when teams get down, I was reading a stat where teams get down by like 16 points because it's all based on analytics. And so, whatever percentage it is that you might come back and win by a certain point in the game, if you haven't hit that checkpoint, they just kind of throw their, hands in the air like we're, bumper, we're going to lose. So that's why you see so many blowout games in playoffs, because it's a different way to load manage. Because if you get to a certain point, they feel like they're not going to come back. And so it's an analytics thing. But when you get beat that bad, even though it's on the road, it's hard to forget that, considering that you had to work so hard to win the first game. So, Philly is going up there expecting to play a totally different game for 4 quarters, where the Celtics has played the same game twice for 4 quarters. They just played better in the second game than they did in the first. And so they learned from it. I don't know if Philly has the leadership, obviously, by James Harden, Atkins, and Doc Rivers, who, I love, but, I love him enough to tell him that wasn't a good job. I don't think their leadership right there is, I'm telling you, it's not equipped for the Celtics. They are next level, leadership with Jason Tatum and Brown.
So you're saying Celtics in 5?
Celtics in 6.
6?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised in 5, but the longest it's going to go is 6 games.
Who you got, Austin?
It's over.
Yeah, Boston in 6.
Boston in 6,
Golden State in 6.
Austin. See, Austin, come on, man. What's wrong? See, Austin, I'm heading down to KC for basketball. I said, you know what? Austin loves the Royals.
It's true.
I was going to try to come back and bring you like a KC hat or something. See, I ain't doing that no more, man.
Well, I would rather
Christmas present for you, my brother.
Well, I appreciate the thought. It's the thought that counts. The fact that you thought about it means the world to me, and I'd rather be right on my prediction. So that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah.
Nuggets.
Well, we're gonna see, man. We're gonna, Kenny. Well, since you already owe a burger, then can I get a homemade burger then when the Lakers beat Golden State?
Bruh, you can get whatever you want, man. You can get whatever you want, Jay. Whatever you want.
I want bacon on it though. I want bacon, and I want my onions caramelized.
Oh my God, really? I don't even buy onions, so I don't eat onions.
It's good for the heart, man.
I'd rather die. Knock on wood. Just come to my funeral.
I wanted to ask you this, guys. I know you have the UFC segment next.
That's where we're headed. Yep.
Right. Okay. I want to ask you guys this real quick. You see, Thorne went from Michigan State, went into the portal. Obviously, within 24 hours, committed to Auburn. Obviously, that was the first place Casey Thompson went. Obviously, I think he probably had two offers out there. Who commits first? You act fast, you act right. But then the sitting quarterback said he's not going anywhere. Iron sharpens iron. I wanted to ask, in particular, Kenny and Austin, you guys with the thoughts on that, because part of the reason why it's been assumed Casey's in the portal because he didn't feel that he was going to have a chance to iron sharpens iron or really get a chance to win that spot. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, on the Auburn situation or the Casey situation?
Well, the Auburn situation.
Well, I mean, that's just a kid willing to bet on himself, even though they're bringing somebody else in. He said, "Hey, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna fight." So it must have been communicated to him that both quarterbacks are going to be battling out for the number one spot. In Casey's situation, it may not have been communicated that way, or it may have. We don't know.
I think Auburn made the wrong choice. I think they let the better quarterback go somewhere else. That's what I'm going to say.
I agree with him.
Yeah, it's interesting. I know Casey had, I don't know if he tweeted out or whatever. It looked like he was down in Atlanta, so I'm assuming that might be Georgia Tech or who knows, I'm only just, maybe it was a connecting flight. It'll be interesting to see that where he goes. I assume Kenny, it's got to be within the next few days. Because I'm sure his phone's been pretty active, or I doubt they call people anymore. They probably text them. But I'm pretty sure he's got some, different offers to look at. And Casey's a pretty thorough guy, to where he wants to dive in and get to the playbook and establish himself wherever he chooses to go. And I think he's, correct me if I'm wrong, he's not the type of kid that's going to go on a worldwide, transfer portal tour.
Mm-mm. I thought I saw something about
Florida Atlantic.
Florida Atlantic,
where Herman's at now.
So it could be reunited with Herman.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw something about that on Twitter that has a possibility. So that wouldn't be a bad spot for him either.
No, look, it's a wide open offense. He'll get to throw the ball.
Yep.
He'll get down there in Boca Raton and he light skinned just like me. He's gonna work on his stand, and Kenny's gonna still be hating up in here.
No,
he's
never.
Gonna go down there and be able and be able to shine. Wherever he goes, he's gonna be successful. The biggest thing that Casey is gonna have to have, the protection. One thing about him, you never have to worry about him learning the playbook, and that's a coach's dream to get a kid that's coming from the transfer portal that will pick up any offensive scheme rather quickly.
Yep. Hey, another breaking news. You see, Husker's got a commit out of a legacy kid.
Neil Smith's son?
Yes.
Yeah, it was kind of like a rumor, and then it's pretty good. I think he was a wide receiver, and they're going to probably transition him into like a tight end H-back right away, right?
Yeah. Watching this film, when I sat down with Mickey and we watched this film, he was like, he's a no-brainer. He's going to be a guy that he probably can grow into a H-back tight end / receiver. Right. But I was able to talk to Neil yesterday evening, and he was kind of torn. He was trying to get him to wait, not pull the trigger yet, just in case something else came along. But he said he was gonna let it be his decision, and then talk to his mom this afternoon, and she thanked me for all I did for him, and then she said she's just gonna let this be his decision. And he made that commitment, and he made that announcement, and good news for the Huskers.
Right, it is. And look, his dad's not too far, and then obviously, you got plenty of his black shirt brethren around to look out for him, and so he's going to be well taken care of. I think the good thing that when you talk about Neil, and Neil Smith, and Neil Smith, Jenny's mom, a little bit better, than all of us, is that. When a kid's ready to commit and he knows where he wants to go, and let him go. And that's what you want. Yeah, sure. There might be another offer coming along, but also I think he felt comfortable here. I think he's coming to play at Nebraska regardless of who's going to be the coach. And the one huddle tape that I saw, I mean, you get a guy that has that athletic ability, but the attributes that Neil Smith had, the long arms, the get off and all that, that's what, I look for when he's going to be a tight end / H-back, the catch radius and the ability to, excel. And also what people don't understand is that the fact that he grew up around the business, he'll make his transition even faster, and he'll be able to do things and see things at a higher level than a normal, 18-year-old kid that, comes into Nebraska. So it's good all around. And, Nebraska's got to still recruit him because until they sign,
there you go.
People will still come get him. And also, there's up at Westside, DJ Rezak's one of his sons, you got some big time schools looking at him, the Golden Domers and Boston College. And so, we gotta make sure we address that as well because 6'4", 215 that runs 4.6 flat, 4.5 is a little bit. It's not easy to come by.
Though that family has athletes, and
yeah,
that name has been out there for a long time. We weren't able to get a couple of the older boys, but like you said, this one here, you got to put some work in on this one.
Jay, you got
to because of the older ones, but
you good to come back at 5, Jay?
Yeah, I'll try to call back at 5, man. You guys handle the UFC. I'm a UFC fan, but I'm not a.
We lost you.
But the upside, bar is all good.
Good deal. Well, we'll talk to you at 5, Jay. Have a good, safe rest of your drive. Talk to you in a little bit. Kenny, I'll be back on the other side. Talk some UFC with the Upside Bar and Lounge here on Old School.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and you are on Race and the Ticket and theticketm.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals. It's May, and that means the school year is almost over and summer road trips are on the horizon. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride. Summer road trips are just around the corner. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Problem gambling can destroy an individual's finances, relationships, physical, and mental health. If you or a loved one are struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
For great views, go to Kansas. For unforgettable views of action-packed racing, go to Kansas Speedway. NASCAR weekend at Kansas Speedway, May 6th and 7th. Get your tickets today at kansasspeedway.com.
Hi, I'm Barb Bettine, President and CEO of the Lincoln YMCA. On behalf of the Y, I want to thank you for voting us Lincoln's Choice for Best Youth Sports Programs, Best Youth Activity Programs, and Best Preschool. These categories represent so much of what we do at the Y, and we're honored to serve thousands of families in our community each and every day. Hey, with summer just around the corner, I invite you to stop in to one of our 4 branches and learn how the Y can be a part of your family. The Y Outdoor Pools open May 27th, and we can't wait to see you.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln by offering a number of services. From group homes for special needs adults to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the intellectual and developmental disability services your loved one needs to live a fulfilling life. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a more rewarding career, learn more about available positions. Learn more about services for your loved ones or employment today at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Mother's Day is on Sunday, May 14th. Do you know what you're getting your mom this year? Stop procrastinating and get her the one thing that she wants, a massage. The Body Shop in Lincoln offers all sorts of massages. All you have to do to win this Mother's Day is get mom a gift card from the Body Shop. Swedish massage, deep tissue massage, hand and foot massage, and so much more. Gift cards can only be bought online at thebodyshoplincoln.com. The Body Shop, located at 48th and A.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here, summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
You finally finished your man cave in the basement. Brand new furniture, huge TV, and all of your collector's items. You're ready for football season. You were so excited until one bad rain and it is all ruined. Don't risk a flooded basement and countless dollars in damages when it can be avoided. Call John Henry's today for a free sump pump estimate for your home.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing. Heating and air. The captain, Vershawn Jackson.
Running back A.J. Allen has entered the transfer portal. To me, I think this one right here hurts more than Casey because I think this young man had a good future ahead of him.
I don't think he's on the level of Casey because you've got other running backs in the state that's on the same level as he is.
You would have said at the end of last year, who are the two, foundation pieces that you are excited about moving forward? On offense, I would have said A.J. Allen. On defense, I would have said Ernest Hausman. You lost both of them.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back here on Old School. Get people in the stream. Kenny, take it away. I got a stream to set up.
You got a stream to set up? Oh, my goodness.
I was slacking. Too busy socializing instead of doing my job.
Oh. Hello, ladies.
Hi. Hello.
How you guys doing?
Pretty good.
Good.
It's Friday.
Friday? Cinco de Mayo?
Yes. Heck yeah. Lots to celebrate.
Lots to celebrate? Well, we know she's going to celebrate.
Yeah.
We've already had that discussion.
True.
Whew. So, you guys ready for this weekend?
Yeah. Starting tonight, we got Cinco de Mayo. So we got tequila specials, chips, cheese, and salsa specials.
Chips, cheese, and salsa specials?
Yeah. You get the cheese and the salsa.
Oh, wow. How much is that going for?
Both of them. It's half price. I don't know, like $3. $3.50.
That's right up Austin's alley. Austin's alley. Did you see that? So chips, cheese, and salsa, half price.
Yep.
What about the drinks?
So we did a Mi Campo. It's one of my favorite tequilas. Not as wide known, but the people at our bar are getting to know it better. Very smooth, not super expensive, but we're doing those for $3. So we got the Reposado and the Blanco. She's got this.
It's funny you're saying tequila for $3 because we just got done with Strick, who went to Mexico, bought 8 bottles of tequila for $600.
Oh, yeah. That's probably a little bit really good tequila. Yeah.
He said it didn't burn his throat when he was drinking it. So
this one doesn't either, for a lot cheaper. I'd like to have him come do a test.
We need to get Strick on the line.
Yeah.
We need to get Strick down there to test it out.
Yep. Yeah, it's a good kind. So we got that tonight. We're excited. Should be fun. And then tomorrow starts out with the Kentucky Derby.
So you're gonna have the Kentucky Derby too?
Yeah.
Any specials for the Kentucky Derby?
We got some drink specials we're working on.
Juleps?
Yeah, mint juleps, something around that or a version of that. Probably some Moscow mules with some mint in it too. We love those. But yeah, we're kind of excited for that. We're also going to do the first 20 people that come in get to draw out of a hat a number, or I don't know how many horses there are now. They do drop out some here and there.
I think there's like 4 just drop out.
Yeah, I was kind of reading that. So however many horses there are, spots there are to take. Everybody will draw out a number, and then if the horse comes in first place, you'll get a $20 gift card to the upside, and second place a $10 gift card, and third place a $5 gift card. So free to play. Just come and enjoy the races.
Can't beat that.
Yeah.
What time does the Derby start? Trying to remember.
I want to. Well, the actual Derby race or the whole event.
The time people have to be there to draw. What time should they be there?
Well, whoever is the first 20 people. So really, we open at 1. So 1 o'clock. You know,
there you go.
That to be guaranteed.
Which is new. We just recently opened up earlier on Friday and Saturday too.
Yep.
So
yeah,
start the party early, right?
Right.
Start the weekend early.
Extended lunch break on Fridays,
Yeah,
you know?
Yep.
You'd be surprised at how many people we get in there for that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to stop working.
Going back to work twisted.
I don't think they go back to work. I think they just.
Oh, they just-
They claim
yeah.
they do, but I don't think
I
that
don't
should
think
make
they do.
it.
There's no way. Huh?
Yeah.
No. And then after that, we go right into the UFC fight. So
It's a big day
it's a
tomorrow.
really big day. Really big weekend.
Busy.
Yes.
Should be fun though.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, remind us where you're located.
27th and Pine Lake, next to Jersey Mike's.
There you go. More excited for UFC or the Derby?
Me personally, UFC.
UFC or Derby?
I love the UFC, but I am a huge horse fan. So I used to go to the Breeders' Cup and out to Santa Anita, and so yeah, I've never been to the Kentucky Derby though. It is on my bucket list, but so I'm really excited for that. I've even kind of picked out some horses I like. So
Would you wear the hat?
I would.
You
Yeah,
would?
I don't
You
have
have
one,
to.
but
Huh?
I would if
I
I
feel like
went.
you have to.
You do?
I don't know.
And
And if you're going in for the whole experience, I
Yeah.
feel like
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know.
I mean, you might as well
Dress the
so,
part.
Yes. We actually, if you do wear a hat, we'll just say any kind of hat, whatever. But the fancier, the better. If you wear a hat, you actually get a half price coupon to use on food or a drink. So tomorrow as well. I did forget to add that in.
Got all kind of
Even
specials
better,
going
yeah.
on.
Well, I mean, it starts tonight with the chips and cheese and salsa
Yes.
and the drinks. Anything with tacos?
I did not add tacos on. They're there though. You can still order them.
Those are on Monday, remember?
Yeah, I know.
Those are on
Yeah.
Monday.
It still throws me off, but it makes sense. I love the way you do it. That's funny.
You gotta keep it. You gotta change it up. You
Yeah,
know?
we're trying to beat everybody to it. I mean,
Everybody does
so-
tacos on Tuesdays.
Yeah. Yeah, it's easy to find. But what if on Monday you're craving a taco? Well, nowhere else has it on special except us.
Mm-hmm.
We beat them.
Heck yeah. You mentioned you went to some Breeders' Cups. Where were they held when you went?
The one I went to was in Santa Anita.
Oh,
So,
gotcha.
Yeah, it kind of moves around a little bit. It's been
Yeah.
a few years since I've really been into horse racing, but I still enjoy it. So
Were you involved at all with the races around here up in Omaha?
Yeah,
Just watching from afar?
I loved when we had it here in Lincoln. That was so much fun. There's something to do in Lincoln. We don't have enough of those things to do anymore. But my ex-husband had some horses, and so I was kind of involved with that with him. So yeah, it was fun. It was a good time. So not a lot of money to be made in Lincoln, but it was a good time. It was very fun.
You're saying running in Lincoln isn't the same as running in the Kentucky Derby? Is that what I'm being told?
I think they get paid a little bit more.
Ah.
I think
Just a little bit.
No, they get paid a lot more. they get paid a lot more.
I'm trying to think too. I only have baseball hats. That you said would be good enough for the coupon.
Yeah. We're gonna because then I don't want.
Are you going to take pictures and like make people go viral for the better hats? I think you should.
Oh,
I think that would be great. Yes,
Yeah.
we should. So maybe they'll get an extra half off coupon if they post something and tag it.
There you go.
Go get you a church hat and go down there, Austin.
What are the social handles for these people to get hats to tag?
Facebook and
Maybe.
Instagram and Twitter. I'm sorry. I really don't know our stuff. It's Upside Bar LNK, I think. is
Yeah.
What?
Looked it up. Yes, that is the Instagram
Okay.
at the
He's on
Upside
it.
Bar
He's on
LNK.
it.
So
So social media, I get by with it. I'm okay. I get enough out there, but I am definitely it's one of those things I struggle with a little bit in the business world.
We're making some progressions though.
Yes. We're actually all of our clubs we're putting together into an app that's going to be on people's phones.
Mm.
So they'll have the Margarita Club, the Taco Club, the Moscow Mule Club, all the clubs we come up with. So yeah,
what's the ETA on that?
it's supposed to be about 60 to 90 days.
Ooh.
So we just got it going like last week. So yeah, I'm really excited.
That's awesome. I'm trying to think when the next UFC fight was, if that'll be.
Next one is June 8th or
I
9th.
think.
Yeah, it's
I think
whatever
it's
is that.
8th.
Yep, that Saturday. Because I was thinking about going to Florida and I'm not now. So
Ah.
got to stick around for those
Trip
things.
canceled.
DP's up in Newark for this one.
Yeah.
This weekend. So, okay, probably not June. July would be pushing it.
For it to be ready. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
assume there's
it-
one in
it
July,
may
wouldn't there
not.
be?
Oh yeah, there's usually it's about every 3 to 4 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got 2 months.
Yeah.
July.
So stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
All the clubs keep track of your progress. How do they keep track of progress now? Is this like a little punch card?
Yep. Yeah. Which I mean, some people can lose or whatever. And this way, we can send out say, hey, we got karaoke tonight, or they can hopefully look on there and see our events going on. If like, hey, what's on at the Upside tonight? So yeah, it'll be a little bit easier even than just our Facebook, which that's all on there, but it's just even easier than that. So
Do you ever have anyone come up to you and say, "Oh, I lost my punch card, but I was at 6. I lost my punch card. I was at 8."
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll let her.
How does that go over?
I just take their word for it. I feel like that's,
Softy. Too kind.
I was just about to say.
I'm
feel
taking
like
notes here. No,
That's kind of a
Just
lot to
kidding.
make them start over too, because we do not encourage everybody to drink all 10 in one night, and I feel like that might help discourage people from trying to catch up in one night. So just to be on the safe side, they're really good though.
I feel like we get pretty honest people at our bar. I mean, I don't know. We really don't have we don't have any issues. Like all of our customers are great, and
It's
so-
only ever happened like maybe once or twice too. So
and maybe it's because it's women owned, like they don't want to lie, or they're women. I don't know. Like maybe I don't know. I just like tell
hopefully
myself
that's what
that
it would be.
Yeah. So not some big corporate place where like they'll be fine.
Right.
So yeah.
They'll get home. One way or the other.
That they will. So UFC coming up tomorrow. When does the fight start? Give or take 7-ish.
Prelims start at 7 and there's no cover, so get there early. We don't guarantee seats or anything like that. So yeah, it should be a fun time. Our last fight night was our biggest ever.
It was so much fun.
Yeah, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. So yeah.
Even for me, like working, I have a lot of fun. So I can only imagine how everybody else is like actually just hanging out, drinking, eating.
Yeah.
We keep the kitchen open late, which is also a really big hit. Everybody loves that. So
How late is the kitchen open again?
normally it's open till 9, but fight night it's just
Till-
probably around like 11, close to 11.
Yeah,
just
11,
whenever
maybe
orders
12. It
stop
depends on.
dying
There's a lot of
down.
people there. Like we'll keep serving food.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Nice. Well, keep going out to the Upside Bar and Lounge there at 27th and Pine Lake. Keep filling it up. Don't have your own UFC fight in the bar. We don't want that. Don't let that break out.
I will regulate.
But of course, the best way to make sure you're there for the UFC fight is to be there for the Kentucky Derby. Doors open at 1, you said?
Yep.
Okay, doors open at 1. So get yourself down there, watch the Derby, watch UFC 288, and stay tuned for the app coming to track everything going on.
Exciting
That makes for a long day. You Kentucky Derby, then stay for the UFC fight.
You got to pace yourself.
Maybe go
Well, plenty
watch
of
the
water.
Derby, maybe go pet some puppies at PetSmart pretty close.
Yeah, there you go.
Then walk back for the UFC fight.
That's a
Need
great
some
idea.
good in your life before you see people try to beat each other's brains out.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
please do.
there are your plans tomorrow. Ladies, thanks for coming in so much.
Thank you.
Thanks
Good
for
luck
having
with
us.
everything tomorrow. This is Old School. Austin and Kenny with you. We'll wrap up the hour, bring Jay Foreman back in at the top of the hour.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
For great views, go to Kansas. For unforgettable views of action-packed racing, go to Kansas Speedway. NASCAR weekend at Kansas Speedway, May 6th and 7th. Get your tickets today at kansasspeedway.com.
General contractors, business owners, property owners. The success of your business requires doing business with the right people. And the right people, when it comes to drywall, acoustical ceilings, and specialty products, are at Premier Drywall. Kevin and his crew will give your project the response and attention it deserves.
You'll get all of the attention to detail and quality that you would expect from someone who's been in the business for 30 years. For your new builds, build outs, or renovations, reach out to Kevin. Kevin at premierdw.com. premier drywall in Lincoln.
Your home should not be a zoo to unwelcomed animals. Let the experts at Bats to Rats take care of those problems. Dane has been a leader in wildlife and pest management and prevention in Lincoln and the surrounding area for 15 years. He can help you get rid of bats, rodents, and anything else. Whether it's residential or commercial buildings, schools, apartments, or churches, they're always a phone call away. Call today at 402-310-0904 or visit batsterats.com. Bats to Rats Wildlife Control and Prevention.
Some kids worry about making the sports team. Others worry about where they'll sleep tonight. In Lincoln, 300 kids are in need of a safe and loving home. Cedars is here for them, but we do need your help. A gift to Cedars makes an immediate impact on Lincoln's kids. And on Give to Lincoln Day, your gift goes even further. I'm Jim Blue, president of the Cedars organization, and I'm asking you to go to givetolincoln.com to make your gift to Cedars and support Lincoln's kids today.
Keep summer green with Judson Bylene and Judson Irrigation. More than 40 years ago, Judson Irrigation started taking in orphans. Lawn sprinkler systems installed by a quickie, cheapy summer job, install 'em and forget 'em outfit long forgotten. Call Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Attention all Wings fans! 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
Mother's Day is on Sunday, May 14th. Do you know what you're getting your mom this year? Stop procrastinating and get her the one thing that she wants, a massage. The Body Shop in Lincoln offers all sorts of massages. All you have to do to win this Mother's Day is get mom a gift card from the Body Shop. Swedish massage, deep tissue massage, hand and foot massage, and so much more. Gift cards can only be bought online at thebodyshoplincoln.com. The Body Shop, located at 48th and A.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln by offering a number of services. From group homes for special needs adults to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the intellectual and developmental disability services your loved one needs to live a fulfilling life. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a more rewarding career, learn more about available positions. Learn more about services for your loved ones or employment today at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend. Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Thanks again to the Upside Barn Lounge for coming in and telling us about everything going on there. Tomorrow, again, get there at 1 o'clock down there, 27th and Pine Lake here in Lincoln. Watch the Kentucky Derby, watch the UFC fight, and crack into their air-fried food. Kenny, air fryers.
Bruh, they lost me when they said that. Air fried food?
Yeah.
At a restaurant? No way.
I
if I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go. I want something fried. I don't want it fried in no air fryer.
Well, you're going to a bar. It's a cheat day. You go to a bar for bar food.
Bar food.
Yeah. You know what you're getting into. You're not trying to skimp. You're not trying to watch anything. You're going to a bar for bar food.
Bar food.
I will say this for the air fryer, the big benefit is just how quick it is.
I got patience. I'll wait. I want my burger fried, and I want it well done.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
see, I didn't bring up my burger taste. I'm with you with give me the beet, the cheese, the bacon. I can't do ketchup.
Really?
Yeah. No ketchup, no mustard. No.
So I'll have ketchup on it and may dip it in some ranch. I'm going all out.
Okay.
I'm going all out.
Okay.
Yeah. So ketchup and ranch mixed, or if it's already got ketchup on it, I'll dip it in the ranch.
Where we agree is no onion.
No onion.
No, sir. No, thank you.
No. I don't want onions on nothing.
Nope.
I don't even want tomatoes on my burger.
Tomatoes are gross.
I don't want them on my burger.
No.
Now I may have it on a salad, but not on the burger.
I can do a little bit of lettuce on top of my burger, like a piece or two.
Yes.
Other than that, keep the veggies away.
Keep the veggies away.
It's a burger. I'm a man. I eat meat.
What you said.
And
we're on the same page.
Yeah.
We're on the same page. Love it. Love it.
We're there. This is Old School. I'm Austin. He's Kenny. We'll get Jay back on the line as we get into hour 2 of Old School here, 93.7 The Ticket.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Keep summer green with Judson Baleen and Judson Irrigation. More than 40 years ago, Judson Irrigation started taking in orphans. Lawn sprinkler systems installed by a quickie, cheapy summer job, install them and forget them outfit, long forgotten. Call Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beers, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Mother's Day is on Sunday, May 14th. Do you know what you're getting your mom this year? Stop procrastinating and get her the one thing that she wants, a massage. The Body Shop in Lincoln offers all sorts of massages. All you have to do to win this Mother's Day is get mom a gift card from the Body Shop. Swedish massage, deep tissue massage, hand and foot massage, and so much more. Gift cards can only be bought online at thebodyshoplincoln.com. The Body Shop, located at 48th and A.
General contractors, business owners, property owners. The success of your business requires doing business with the right people. And the right people, when it comes to drywall, acoustical ceilings, and specialty products, are at Premier Drywall. Kevin and his crew will give your project the response and attention it deserves.
You'll get all of the attention to detail and quality that you would expect from someone who's been in the business for 30 years. For your new builds, build-outs, or renovations, reach out to Kevin. Kevin at PremierDW.com. Premier Drywall in Lincoln.
This Mother's Day, prepare an incredible meal for her without all the dishes with the Venue Mother's Day to-go meals. Prepared fresh in-house by our chefs, these meals are ready to heat and eat with packages for 2 to 4 people or 6 to 8. And your choice of juicy beef tenderloin, herb roasted chicken, pork tenderloin, or our famous 6-pepper crusted prime rib. All meal packages come with sides, and we have many add-ons available to complete your feast. Order today at venuedelivered.com/Mother's Day. That's venuedelivered.com/Mother's Day.
Wider Wheat Sandwich Shop in Lincoln congratulates the class of 2023. Students, at this special time in your life, show how smart you really are. don't do drugs or drink, and never get in the vehicle with intoxicated friends. This message from Wider Wheat Sandwich Shop on Van Dorn Street in Lincoln, serving the community for over 10 years. Come in for their homemade soft buns or call 402-434-3980. Congratulating the class of 2023 on a job well done.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here, summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and we are celebrating a record sales month in April, and we're going to let it roll and crank up in the month of May. We have some big discounts and special interest rates going on this month on selected new in-stock Sierras and Silverados. Buy a new Silverado or Sierra, get $3,000 off or 1.9% interest. You heard right, $3,000 off or 1.9% interest. We have outstanding specials on all of our new and pre-owned GM certified units. So stop on in and see us or check us out online at cobblecars.com. You'll be glad you did. New discount must trade in and finance with a roof credit.
The Empire brand is growing with ESC Fabrication and Sandblasting. ESC is your place for custom handrails, industrial and commercial painting, and more. ESC provides custom welding for aluminum and stainless steel and media blasting of all sorts. ESC has great attention to detail. They stick to deadlines and keep within your budget. If you can dream it, they can make it. Contact ESC Fabrication and Sandblasting in Waverly today at 531-207-9329.
Getting experience to jumpstart a meaningful career can be difficult, and education can cost a fortune. Luckily, AmeriCorps can be the solution. With AmeriCorps, you'll earn a stipend and education award while helping people. Plus, you'll gain professional skills and make connections to help you build your career. If you're ready to start a career you can be proud of, visit serve.nebraska.gov/service to find a program for you. Paid for by Serve Nebraska, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Jay, you with us?
$44, you with us?
Mr. Foreman. Earth to Jay Foreman. He's potted up. He's not muted. That's all right. We'll have him call back. Wait. Heard something. Jay, you there?
He's not there.
I dropped the call. All right. It's Austin and Kenny with you on Old School. We'll make Jay call back here. 402-464-5685. The Starter Heyman hotline. That's Honda of Lincoln hotline. Starter Heyman text line. Let's see if this is Jay. Jay, hello.
Yeah.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah.
It's yours.
Yeah, man. I apologize, man. That was a Laker free zone that I went in and I lost reception. That was Kenny Wilhite and Eric Strickland with that haterade vapors that messed up my cell phone service.
That don't have nothing to do with us, brother. That's that cricket phone you got.
Yeah, I know, man. That's I got to upgrade my minutes, man. But I wanted to ask you guys, moving forward, what are you guys thinking as far as NFL free agency? You think it's like at the point of, I wouldn't say the summer, but do you think it's dried up in the sense that you got mini camps coming up, mandatory rookie mini camps, mandatory mini camps for veterans? Do you think it's going to be bargain shopping right now, or do you think it's going to be another kind of, it wouldn't be out there big wave, but there's always one big signing and then some little, like, I guess, smart shopping signings as well?
I'd like to see the Ravens get one more piece for Lamar.
Right.
at wide receiver, so he can shoot for that 6,000 yard mark. But I'd like to see them get one more piece. I think the Chiefs, they did well in the draft. They're good. The Jets probably need to shore up one more spot for Aaron. But and then what your boys gonna do down in Arizona?
I don't know. I just saw that the DeAndre Hopkins, I think his cap number for next year or this year is, I think it's at 30 million or over 30 million. So the fact that they weren't able to trade him, actually now that the power and advantage moves to him, because no team wants to have a salary cap number with anybody or of that magnitude at any position besides quarterback, right? And then you have a veteran player that has been coming off 2 or 3 down years, has only really had 1 year down in Arizona that is worthwhile. And so now you're stuck with a salary and a cap number. So the only way to get it down is to renegotiate. Now, he might not be there past the following season, but they need cap relief. And so I think one of the things that's going to be interesting to see is what they do. Do they try to renegotiate, or they try to trade him, or they just cut bait because they don't want him to be on the team? I think if he could be healthy, I think he could be pretty good. But I think what's really hurt them is the progress or the improvement of Kyler Murray hasn't been there. But they got Ertz, the tight end. They got Connor, the running back. They've actually drafted pretty decently on the offensive line. They've done really well in the secondary, as far as receivers, and their defensive draft picks all have been pretty good. They just haven't been able to gel. And so it really starts and stops with the quarterback. And I think you're going to see a move based on having a new coach, right? So the new coaches generally in the NFL always try to come in and flex their muscle, and it usually has to deal with a veteran player either getting traded or released. And somebody that is coming off 2 down years, one by injury, another one half 6 games by suspension for steroids, there's no better choice. Plus he has a 30 to $40 million cap number, so he's an easy target, but also it kind of lets this new coach flex his muscle a little bit.
There's so many good free agents out there. I mean, Kenny, to your point, the Ravens probably needing another receiver. That market I'm not sold on. Jarvis Landry is still out there. He's probably got a little left in the tank, but I don't know how much.
Right.
You move on from Jarvis Landry down to Kenny Golladay, who I think is still potential, but hasn't ever had a huge season. And then you're looking at Julio Jones. Maybe there's not a whole lot of inspiring options out there. The position that I'm looking at is the edge rush position. Leonard Floyd is unsigned. Jadeveon Clowney has had some good years. Frank Clark is out there. And my boy from Indy, Yannick Ngakoue, hasn't signed with anyone yet. So I think there's still some good edge rushers out there for teams that need some help there. I just don't know who takes a shot on those guys because Yannick is under 30, but the rest of them are 30 plus.
Yeah, I like that point, Austin. I think that,
Did we lose you, Jay? I think we lost him.
I think he's gone again.
I think he's gone again. Driving from here to Kansas City, there's some dead spots that you would drop a call in a heartbeat.
Okay, he's gone. We'll have him call back. Yeah, there's so many free agents. So this is according to NFL trade rumors, Kenny. Their top 3 free agents are Floyd, Clowney, and Clark, like I just mentioned. Isaiah Wynn, the offensive tackle from the Patriots, is out there. And then there's a lot of defensive backs. You look at Shaquille Griffin. Marcus Peters is unsigned. Going down the list a little bit more, John Johnson, who played with the Rams, traded to the Browns then. And Zeke Elliott, unsigned.
I'm surprised that Zeke hasn't signed with anyone. That's a very, very huge surprise to me. Not just saying it because he's from St. Louis, but the 2 appealing ones the names that you said were Clowney and Peters. Now Peters is up in age, but I think he's a guy that you can put on the field, and he can possibly lock down one side of the field. Still, Clowney has a talent that, even though his age, he can still give you 10, 11 sacks in a season.
Mhm.
So I'm just surprised that those two are still out there.
He can't be the guy, but he can be a
guy. No, he can't be the guy. Those years are past him. But a guy, 10, 11 sacks, he can give you that.
Jay, where does Ezekiel Elliott sign?
I think he's waiting for the perfect deal, or he goes back to Dallas. I know Pollard, is their guy now, but Pollard doesn't play it like Ezekiel. Ezekiel's pretty good. He has a unique ability, kind of like Marcus Allen, to get in the end zone, and he's still powerful, really good in pass protection, and can catch out of the backfield. He just doesn't have the explosiveness that he had coming into the league. So I think, he can, yeah.
Jay.
Game. I also like him in Buffalo.
Your Bills.
Your Bills.
Really?
Yeah, because one, when it gets cold, he can run behind his pads, and Cook isn't a pounder but he's like obviously younger brother of Dalvin Cook, and yeah, they signed Murray, but Latavius Murray on even though he had a good year last year, isn't Ezekiel Elliott. So I think you can get that veteran, and you can never have enough veteran leadership to be able to tote the pill. And it takes a lot of pressure off of Josh Allen, right? Latavius Murray is a handoff, pound you. Ezekiel Elliott can do, obviously he can pound you, but then help you in the pass protection and in the screen game. And I think he'd do well in Buffalo, considering that the passing attack is there. And with Josh Allen, who plays a little bit like Dak did when he was younger in his career.
Buffalo.
Jay, where do the Bills? I still give the Bills the edge in the AFC East, even with Rodgers going there. Are you more scared of the Patriots or the Jets next season?
Buffalo ain't scared either, man. So that's a different budget.
Sure.
I'd say worried about. I think on the surface, I would say the Jets, because they have some weapons and they have a legitimate quarterback, and they have one of the best defenses in the league. They're top 3, so that's a consistent and a steady defense, and they can rush the passer. They can do anything you want. They can blitz. They can cover one-on-one. They are one of the best teams defensively in the NFL. Then you have Aaron Rodgers that's going to be able to take them to a whole nother level just by his presence. So, but the biggest thing is that will they gel and how fast do they gel? I think the one thing that Buffalo needs to do is try to find a couple of veterans to sign at the second level. And also, don't be afraid to go and get more pass rush, because you got to think, when, the Dolphins were up there and it was a snow game, the Dolphins, threw the ball pretty effectively. We got to get to the quarterback. They don't have that one guy.
Von Miller?
We expected Von Miller to come back. They don't have that one guy that's going to be able to get you, another 8-9 sacks opposite of Von Miller.
Clowney.
Yeah, Clowney. I mean, any of them. I mean, Yannick and Dequay from Indianapolis, who's under 30, give him a 2-year contract and let him learn from Vaughn. And then when Vaughn decides to move on, or if he doesn't, you got a 2-headed monster right there. You got the young guy, and then you got the older guy. So you got to, don't just go for the 1-year stopgap Band-Aid. Get somebody that can actually get you a year or two, because those veterans out there rushing the passer are few and far between, and they're hard to come by.
What's the age where a pass rusher falls off? Is it different for power guys versus speed guys, or is there just a point where those guys are just out of gas?
I don't think it ever. It's just a matter of when the NFL decides they don't want to pay him. I mean, you got to think the guys. Okay, here's an example. Bruce Smith right now could probably roll out and get you 6 to 8 sacks. Bruce Smith at 40 years old could get you double-digit sacks. They know how to rush the passer. They are very good on technique. Now, what they can't do is play the 60 or 70 plays. But they can. You keep them between 20 to 30, 35 plays, they'll be very effective. So, the guys that had it before, a lot of the sacks depends on opportunities. They can still rush the passer, but if you're playing on a team that can't, score the ball, you're not going to be in third longs and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden you're not getting sacks. And so everybody's judging pass rushers off the sacks. And so another example you took is the Cardinals, right? J.J. Watt, his last year in Houston, was just okay. His first year in Arizona, injury plague, but didn't look the same. Last year, played almost like a Pro Bowler, and he decides to hang him up. So he still can rush the passer, and it's just a matter of how well they take care of themselves, and then also who's around them. If you're bringing in the older guy and expecting him to be, the one-man gang, that's not the way to do it. But if you bring him in, that there's 2 or 3 other guys that can potentially, rush the passer, you can really, really get somebody that can pay dividends.
Is that what? I mean, that's what the Bills wanted with Von Miller, was that one guy. Is it easier to game plan for one guy, even if it is someone at Von Miller's talent level or Aaron Donald's talent level in the interior? Or is it harder to game plan when you have, one guy on each edge or one guy up the middle?
Well, it's hard if you have a guy on the edge and the middle, or you have 2 guys on the edges. But one thing about Von, up until he got hurt, he was the guy. But what he did was he created opportunities for everybody else. And that's where you saw Greg Rousseau, Ed Oliver take off. And then once he got hurt, I think the Buffalo Bills went from, when Von was playing, I think they were one of the lowest percentage of blitz teams to get sacks or pressure on the quarterback. Once he got hurt, it really flipped. They had to go up to 60 or 70% to, and so then that exposed your defense from a run game standpoint and then obviously passing game standpoint, along with, both of the safeties being hurt and White, their cornerback that was a Pro Bowl the year before, coming back slowly off of ACL. So it was just kind of bad circumstances with Von Miller. But if you could bring in another guy to go opposite, along with Greg Rousseau, who had, I think, 8 sacks and actually played pretty good last year, and get some more out of Ed Oliver, I think you're making up for the loss of Edwards or Edmonds in the middle, which I didn't think he played particularly well last year. I wouldn't mind seeing Matt Milano in the middle, and then maybe have a younger guy kind of play in his in the 4-2-5 defense, kind of like the hide and seek guy, playmaker. So then therefore you can either trade for a guy, right? We could trade for your guy Darius Leonard and bring him out to Buffalo, or we could get another free agent out there to move in there, because that's the playmaking position. But I think if you can add a veteran guy, you definitely can lessen the impact of losing Tremaine Edmonds.
For both of you, I know you played at similar times, but not the exact same. Kenny, how often were your teams blitzing in Nebraska?
Whew. We were in cover 1, 11 Robert. Every down, right, Jay?
Yeah, pretty much.
We were man coverage every down, but we didn't have to blitz with the 4-headed monsters. We had coming off the edge, and then the 2 in the middle. We didn't have to blitz because they were getting pressure without blitzing. Now, when we did blitz, or when teams gave us empty, it was all our man. So, again, the guys we had at that time, they were getting pressure on the quarterback without us blitzing.
What about for you, Jay? Were you blitzing more or less, about the same?
No, we weren't blitzing hardly at all, but, we had, Grant, Jared Thomas, Mike Rucker, Jason Peter in the middle. When I was a freshman, they had Dante Jones and Dwayne Harris. It was Grant Wisham being the backup, Terry Keneally in the middle, Christian Peter. So we had, willing and able pass rushers that were getting to the quarterback, and if we weren't sacking them, we were hitting them and hurting them. But what we did is we picked up some zone blitzes from the pro level, and so we kind of, played with it a little bit, and that allowed, the Terrell Farleys, Jamel Williams, the Octavius McFarlands, the Jay Foreman, Tony Ortiz, Brian Shaws, and those guys able to, blitz and come from different angles. And that's where, when you look at maybe Tony White's 3-3-5 with a little bit smaller outside linebacker and that kind of hybrid position, you're able to do some things like that. So what we did was we had good athletes that were defensive tackles and defensive ends and were, hungry enough to learn different schemes to, drop in coverage and do all that stuff. So allowed other guys to blitz. And then on the flip side, it freed them up when they got chances to, go one-on-one with the offensive linemen and the tackles, because they not only couldn't just sit back and wait for us to pass rush, you had to wait for zone blitzes. And, you had a big play in the Fiesta Bowl, even though it was empty. We were supposed to, not be blitzing, but Jamel Williams blitzed, had a safety. So it's one of those things that you confuse the offense. They didn't know who to block, and you go in there and you make a game-changing play. It goes down to history in Nebraska's, history books. One of the best teams ever, to play college football. So we didn't blitz like you're thinking. We added some stuff, but it was all based on where the game was going. That was right around the time of the zone blitz with the Steelers and then the Carolina Panthers, the year that they had that run to the NFC Championship under Don Capers. So we adopted that. But, I'm going to tell you this, as far as how it really, really helped, what it did was, so when I was able to go to the NFL and that stuff was even, just starting there, I had already ran those type of concepts and those plays 10 times over. You know what I mean? And so I felt like it gave me a leg up on players coming in, that at my position, which was linebacker, over them, because I had done it in college, and it was due to, Charles McBride and, Coach D. Darlington and Tony Samuel, Coach Sam, going out there and, trying to gain an edge, and that's what you do.
This might be the wrong question to ask. Tell me if it is. The 3-3-5 that Nebraska is going to run, is that a scheme that needs athletes, or is that a scheme that you can get away with being a little less athletic because of the different looks you can throw out?
Dude, I don't know, Kenny. I would probably say you need athletes. You got to be able to run.
You have to be able to run. You're going to need athletes, because if you don't have that animal lining up over the center, you got to be able to run, because that he can eat up two guys. Mm-hmm. If he can't eat up two guys, then you have to be able to run. You got to have some speed. Yeah. And like Jay said, you get the best athletes on the field and let them play football.
Right. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they do. I think Ty and Nash and Judy starting. Really, essentially, it's a 3-3-5. But let's be honest, it's a 3-4 with just mainly one outside backer and one guy that's kind of like a, too small to be an outside linebacker, but too big to be a safety, kind of like a, joker and kind of guy that's your cleanup man. So, Austin, right up in your wheelhouse. Might have not been Bob Sanders, but a Bob Sanders type, a guy that can erase a lot of mistakes. So when you heard Tony White said that he had a lot of players, maybe they're not going A to B the right way, but they're ended up at C, which is making the play. That's what the 3-3-5 does. So it allows athletes to be athletes and good football players to be good football players. And so you want your best athletes on the field, but you also want them to be able to be disciplined and know the game of football when they have to anchor down and shock and release and shed pads. And so that's where the linebacker coach and the defensive line coach have to be excellent in what they're teaching, because the best way to play any type of defense is have your best athletes on the field, but then they also play, in a team concept, right? So they work together. They understand if Kenny's going to make a gamble or Jay's going to make a gamble, or I'm playing a play this way, that, we cover each other's back, because ultimately everybody's goal should be to stop the offense from scoring.
Kenny and Jay dropping football knowledge here on Old School. We're going to step aside here for the first break of the hour. More with the two former Huskers after this.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln by offering a number of services. From group homes for special needs adults to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the intellectual and developmental disability services your loved one needs to live a fulfilling life. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a more rewarding career, learn more about available positions. Learn more about services for your loved ones or employment today at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and we are celebrating a record sales month in April, and we're going to let it roll and crank up in the month of May. We have some big discounts and special interest rates going on this month on selected new in-stock Sierras and Silverados. Buy a new Silverado or Sierra, get $3,000 off or 1.9% interest. You heard right, $3,000 off or 1.9% interest. We have outstanding specials on all of our new and pre-owned GM certified units. So stop on in and see us or check us out online at cobblecars.com. You'll be glad you did. New discount must trade in and finance with the Roof Credit.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports, 48th and Vine. Wider Wheat Sandwich Shop in Lincoln congratulates the class of 2023. Students, at this special time in your life, show how smart you really are. Don't do drugs or drink, and never get in a vehicle with intoxicated friends. This message from Wider Wheat Sandwich Shop on Van Dorn Street in Lincoln, serving the community for over 10 years. Come in for their homemade soft buns or call 402-434-3980. Congratulating the class of 2023 on a job well done.
John Henry's Plumbing, heating and air. When it comes to your home or business, we know you have options, and that's why John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning gives you just that, options. We have plumbing, heating, and cooling memberships to serve all of your residential and commercial needs. We want to ensure you, your family, and your business are safe. Visit our website, jhlincoln.com, to find out more or call us at 435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
This is Jay Foreman. I wore gear to protect my health on the football field, and I'm protecting it now by staying up to date with the bivalent COVID vaccine. Get up to date while it's still free and stay protected. Learn more at healthylincoln.org.
It's May, and that means the school year is almost over and summer road trips are on the horizon. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride. Summer road trips are just around the corner. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
This Mother's Day, prepare an incredible meal for her without all the dishes with the Venue Mother's Day to-go meals. Prepared fresh in-house by our chefs, these meals are ready to heat and eat with packages for 2 to 4 people or 6 to 8. And your choice of juicy beef tenderloin, herb roasted chicken, pork tenderloin, or our famous 6-pepper crusted prime rib. All meal packages come with sides, and we have many add-ons available to complete your feast. Order today at venuedelivered.com/Mother's Day. That's venuedelivered.com/Mother's Day.
Are you looking for a solid, stable career in assembly, CNC machining, or injection molding? We got you covered. Hi, Bob Williams, HR Director for Garner Industries, a world-class manufacturer with a 70-year history right here in Lincoln. And I just listed some great career opportunities that you can find by logging into GarnerIndustries.com. If you want top pay, excellent benefits, flexible work hours, and the opportunity to work in a clean, modern, air-conditioned facility with great people, contact me today by applying online at GarnerIndustries.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Scattered showers and thunderstorms will be a possibility as we'll reach an afternoon high of around 73. Winds out of the southeast at 15. Another chance of late night thunderstorms tonight with a low dropping down to around 59. Clearing skies tomorrow, much warmer with a high of 84. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back here on Old School. Austin and Kenny in studio. Jay Foreman on the road down to, he said, KC. Is that right, Jay? Heading down to Kansas City? Might have lost Jay again.
I think we got Jay in one of those dead spots again.
He'll call back when he's ready. This is unfortunate, but hey, that's okay. We got Kenny. We got Austin here. We'll be with you for the next 28 minutes or so. Royals coming up pregame at 6:30, first pitch 7:10 against the Athletics. That's what you'll hear over air. You'll have national on the app. Kenny, I was talking with AG last night on his show. Something we kind of touched on, didn't get all the way into it, was the locker room space at Nebraska. Not the physical space. Your teams, were they serious for the most part, but knew when to lighten up? Or were they light that knew how to get serious when the time called for it?
If you're saying game day, weekly, daily,
just like the general vibe.
General vibe, it was loose. It was pretty loose. A lot of guys joking, making fun of each other, singing, dancing, listening to music. Some guys used to wear their headphones back in the day with their little CD Walkmans, but it's pretty loose. Friday, if it was a game day or game night before game, if we're at home, we would practice, have a team meal, go to the movie, then come back. That's when the seriousness, all of laughing and joking stopped when you got back to the hotel after the movie. Yeah, Charlie and T.O. was not about laughing and joking 24 hours before a game. No, it was all serious business.
So T.O., Charlie, probably the tone setters. Among the players, who were the leaders in the locker rooms for your teams?
My years, it was the captains. All four. We had really good captains. My 3 years here, they really took a hold of the team. And we had unity council, but the captains were the leaders. Then you had some guys that weren't captains that were also leaders.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we policed it. When I say we, mean me, we as a team.
Mm-hmm.
We just didn't leave it upon the captains to do it. We all helped, chipped in. If you weren't doing it the way it's supposed to have been done, then we took care of it.
Who were the captains year by year?
I want to say, I know Will Washington was one, Will Shields, Tyrone Bird, Tyrone Leggett, Travis Hill, John Perella, and I want to say an O-lineman. Can't think of his name offhand, but they were all really good captains. And, they did it the right way. They didn't preach it and not do it. They did it, preached it, and did it. So when they said something, you listened. It wasn't like, oh, I'm not listening to him. He's not even doing it the right way himself. So we didn't have that problem. So we were all good on that.
How did those guys get chosen? Was that a TO thing? Was that a player thing? How was that process like?
Player led. Coaches had some input, but I think they left it up to the team to vote on it. But for the most part, TO stayed out of it.
Gotcha.
Unless you were a guy that got votes and, you know what I mean, popularity. He wasn't really big on popularity. Guys went it because they were popular. So he may have intervened then. But other than that, we didn't vote. If you were popular, you weren't going to get no votes.
Really?
If you weren't doing it. I mean, just look at it. Tommy Fraser was one of the best players on the team. Not that he wasn't popular, not that he wasn't, but he wasn't never chosen a captain. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Scott Frost. He was never voted a captain. No offense to those two guys. They were great players, but it was done, we chose the guys that we thought to lead this team and lead them. Not that Tommy wasn't a leader, because he was on the field, he was a leader. You know what I mean? If you weren't doing it the Nebraska way, he may have had some words for you. So he was a leader. I'm not going to say he wasn't a leader, because he was, but the captains were chosen for the right reasons.
All captains are leaders. Not all leaders are captains. Is that fair to say?
There you go.
You've talked a lot in your time here on the show about the importance of relationships in recruiting. Is that the same with the captains in their relationship with dudes on the team to earn that respect and keep that respect?
I know a lot of guys say, they don't like a certain player outside of football.
Mm-hmm.
But when that ball was set down, they knew that player was going to play. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I may not have liked you as a person, but I respected you as a player, because I knew once that ball was snapped, you're going to give me everything you got. So
And they can expect that from you.
And they can expect that from me. So we didn't hang out. We may not have hung out. We may not have done this. We may not have done that. But I knew when that ball was snapped, you was going to give me everything you had.
That's something else that AG hit on yesterday too, is the importance of not making it personal, whether you're competing for a job or, you're not friends off the field, but you get between the lines, you're wearing the same colors, you're wearing the same helmet. So even if you don't like each other for those, 2.5, 3 hours of practice, the 5 hours, 6 hours you're together on a game day, not only does it not matter, it can't matter.
It can't. You cannot be sensitive. You can't. I knew after my redshirt year in 90, what it was going to take in order for me to get on the field, right?
Mm-hmm.
No offense to whoever, but we weren't friends. By any means necessary, I wanted to defeat you,
mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
By any means necessary, I wanted to defeat you. Once we walked off that field, we were all good. I was man enough to leave it on the field and, but I don't have to like you to play with you,
mm-hmm.
if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
I respect you as a person. We're all trying to win a championship.
Mm-hmm. So
let's go play football. And then once the game's over, or practice over, you go where you're going to go, and I'm going to go where I'm going to go. Like, again, I say this, and there was an altercation I had with a teammate. T.O. called us both in and set us both down. We were at the same position. And he said, well, is it over? I said, Coach, I'm done with it. It's high and by. He showed me his true self.
Mm-hmm.
I went and did what I had to do. It's high and by.
Business handled.
Wash my hands of it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and that's on him if he can't put it behind him. But I'm not going to walk around here worried about him and his feelings and if he's going to do something to me, because I already did what I had to do, right? So then he asked the second time, I said, Coach, I'm done with it. It's over. I'm here to play football.
Mm-hmm.
He disrespected me in a way that I thought that I needed to make sure he wasn't going to do it again. So I'm here to play football and whatever I need to do for this team to win. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So did I like him anymore? No. Did I trust him? No. And then come to find out about a week later, he wasn't no longer on the team. You know what I mean? So,
mm-hmm.
But that's me. And hopefully everybody else can be that way too.
Mm-hmm.
I got your back in between them white lines, regardless of who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Who you are. After we're done, I ain't got to hang out with you. I can go home, eat me Burger King was my thing, the original chicken sandwich and eat a Crunch bar, and I'll be good. So, no, I don't think it's personal. I know a lot of guys take personal things personal and can't put it behind them, but I wasn't one that would do that.
Question from the text line. Cameron asks, who's an example of someone that you didn't see eye to eye with but was still a great captain?
Again, to be honest with you, and I'm being dead serious, my 3 years here, the captains, I respected them as people and I respected them as players. They were good players and they were good people. Not one captain the teams that I was on, that I did not like, that I did not trust, that would go out there and lay it on the line for me and this team. So I can't say there was a captain that I didn't like or didn't trust.
Text line, keep them coming. You come to Nebraska from JUCO. Did you know you were redshirting in 90?
No.
What was that conversation like?
It wasn't a conversation. I wouldn't have redshirted if I wouldn't have got shot.
True.
Yeah.
What was that like for you then, working back through rehab and redshirting, not being able to play that year?
When he told me after the first game, we played Baylor in the first game,
mm-hmm.
I suited up and he said, hey, we're gonna redshirt you. I said, Coach, that's fine. Gives me time to learn, right? And then heal up. Went to the scout team,
mm-hmm.
right? So I'm practicing every day against the black shirt defense.
Those are the ones.
Those were the ones.
Mm-hmm.
Now we weren't, I'm practicing every day against the black shirt defense. Again, I respected them, but I went at them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all 5'8", 175, 170 of me went at them. And I took it upon myself every day to give them a look that they needed, that I thought they needed. Whether it was playing quarterback, whether it was playing receiver, I made a point that I'm going to battle against those guys every day. I wasn't hurt by it. I didn't take it personal. that gave me opportunity to learn, first and foremost, how to be a Nebraska football player. Because I didn't know. I'm coming from JUCO. I was JUCO All-American quarterback.
Right.
And then I come here. They moved me to receiver. I told them, wherever you need me, I'll play. So they put me at receiver. We play in Colorado. I go to quarterback because they needed an option quarterback. Destroying them. First 4 plays in option period were touchdowns.
Woo, Kenny,
First
do it
4.
to him.
Charlie McBride, he said so many curse words, and I'm back there like, oh my goodness. He literally stopped practice, walked down to the end of the field, and told T.O., because at that time, it was in 1990, they didn't know who the quarterback was going to be the next year. Because Mickey got hurt, Mike Grant, and you had Tom Haas, Jerry Dunlap, and I can't think of the other guy's name. But those were the guys left on the roster. And Charlie McBride stopped practice, and he said, Tom, your starting quarterback is down here kicking our, you know what? We haven't touched him.
Keithan McCant would have been on that roster.
Keithan McCant. He said, we haven't touched him yet. And the very next play, Kenny Walker hit me so hard. I'm reading it. I'm reading it. He's supposed to take the dive. He comes right at me and just ear holes me. And
yikes.
He stood over top of me. He could read lips really good. I'm talking about really good. So I said a word. I said, you let Coach McBride get you that pissed off that you just ear hole me? He reached down and grabbed me by my shoulder pads, picked me up, and said, get back in the huddle. I said, it's on. Just like that. But that was the vibe of the team. That was the culture. You know what I mean? And it was already established. But I wasn't going to back down from them. So,
and I don't think they wanted you to back down, right? They wanted the challenge to be pushed, right?
No. And then I go out to receiver. Coach Darlington just like, don't catch the ball, don't go for the ball. I'm going for the ball, Coach.
Coach, come on.
That's just the competitor in me.
Yeah.
And he and I had words, and I'm like, oh my God. But after that practice, T.O. called me up. He said, do you want to go back to quarterback? I said, Coach, I've told you from day one, wherever you need me, I'll play. Wherever you need me. He said, well, we'll revisit it at the end of the season. Fine. I go out to receiver the very next week, playing receiver. It was on a Thursday practice. They didn't like you really to go for the ball on Thursday practice, but me, I'm going for the ball.
Yeah.
Being kind of a hardhead, but I went for a ball and Coach D just laid into me, and I went back at him. Right. So I figured he didn't like me. I figured, the words I said to him, the words he said to me, there's no way we can have a relationship after that. Right. End of the season, he called me back in. We test out before we go to the bowl game. And Coach called me in. He said, hey, what do you think about moving the defensive back? And I'm like, what? I'm like, me and that dude don't get along? He's like, well, he's the one that asked for you. I said, Coach. And I looked over there at him. And he goes, well, the way you tested, at that time, you were losing Bruce Pickens, Tahan Lewis, right? You had Curtis Cotton and Tyrone Leggett returning. John Reese was coming off an ACL.
Okay.
Fast, young guy. So he said, you only going to have Curtis and Tyrone coming back that has experience. John's coming off an ACL. And you had some other guys that were on the roster, but they hadn't played. With your speed and quickness, we think you could help us next year. Would you be willing to do it? And I was like, Coach. And I looked over at Coach D again, and I was like, Coach, listen, I don't want no BS. I'm going to do whatever y'all need me to do, but, there's got to be a respect factor. And he promised me there was going to be a respect factor. And that's all so moved. We go to bowl game, first practice. I'm out there playing corner with the ones. I ain't played DB since high school. I'm like, what the heck? So I took some reps doing bowl practice, in the scrimmage and so forth. But I told him wherever you needed me, I was ready to go. So
that's awesome. I want to ask you about the scout teams you got to see and the recent practices when you were on staff. I want to talk to you about that a little bit. That's how we'll wrap up Old School after this.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Jay Foreman. I wore gear to protect my health on the football field, and I'm protecting it now by staying up to date with the bivalent COVID vaccine. Get up to date while it's still free and stay protected. Learn more at healthylincoln.org.
Meal for her without all the dishes with the Venue Mother's Day to-go meals. Prepared fresh in-house by our chefs, these meals are ready to heat and eat with packages for 2 to 4 people or 6 to 8. And your choice of juicy beef tenderloin, herb roasted chicken, pork tenderloin, or our famous 6-pepper crusted prime rib. All meal packages come with sides, and we have many add-ons available to complete your feast. Order today at venuedelivered.com/Mother's Day. That's venuedelivered.com/Mother's Day.
If you're interested in installing solar panels in Nebraska, there's a name you need to know. Solar by Alpine Electric is based out of Lincoln, and you can be sure your project will be handled with care and detail because Rick, the owner of Solar by Alpine Electric, will be involved in the entire process from start to finish. We're an REC Solar Certified Pro installer and handle jobs in Lincoln and the surrounding area. Let us show you real-time results in your area. Call Rick today at 402-440-4371. Solar by Alpine Electric. Mother's Day is on Sunday, May 14th. Do you know what you're getting your mom this year? Stop procrastinating and get her the one thing that she wants, a massage. The Body Shop in Lincoln offers all sorts of massages. All you have to do to win this Mother's Day is get mom a gift card from the Body Shop. Swedish massage, deep tissue massage, hand and foot massage, and so much more. Gift cards can only be bought online at thebodyshoplincoln.com. The Body Shop, located at 48th and A.
Motor Food is Lincoln's hardest rocking food truck and cafe. Motor Food creates old school comfort food with a 21st century twist and lots of rock and roll attitude. Try the barbecue pulled pork mac and cheese, the grilled chicken Firebird sandwich, a 100% all beef split grilled hot dog, and any version of their funky fries. Stop by the cafe just behind Outback Steakhouse on 48th Street or catch the food truck out and about all spring and summer. Check out their menu, order carry out, or schedule catering at motorfoodtruck.com.
Are you looking for a solid, stable career in assembly, CNC machining, or injection molding? We got you covered. Hi, Bob Williams, HR Director for Garner Industries, a world-class manufacturer with a 70-year history right here in Lincoln. And I just listed some great career opportunities that you can find by logging into GarnerIndustries.com. If you want top pay, excellent benefits, flexible work hours, and the opportunity to work in a clean, modern, air-conditioned facility with great people, contact me today by applying online at GarnerIndustries.com.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top shelf liquor to crowd favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln by offering a number of services. From group homes for special needs adults to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the intellectual and developmental disability services your loved one needs to live a fulfilling life. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a more rewarding career, learn more about available positions. Learn more about services for your loved ones or employment today at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices. Ryder Wheat Sandwich Shop in Lincoln congratulates the class of 2023. Students, at this special time in your life, show how smart you really are. Don't do drugs or drink, and never get in a vehicle with intoxicated friends. This message from Ryder Wheat Sandwich Shop on Van Dorn Street in Lincoln, serving the community for over 10 years. Come in for their homemade soft buns or call 402-434-3980. Congratulating the class of 2023 on a job well done. Rosie Sports Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
Happy Hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary.
A gorilla bear versus polar bear.
A what bear versus a what bear?
A gorilla bear versus a polar bear. Polar bear.
One more time.
Gorilla versus a polar bear. What the hell is a gorilla bear?
Weekdays from 1 to 2 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
No Dino Austin with you for the last few minutes here of Old School for the week. Been a great week of content here on 93.7 The Ticket. Plenty to come on Ticket Weekends tomorrow, and of course, busy lineup on Sunday. Okay, Kenny, you're talking about you giving the black shirts the business when you were on scout team your red shirt year.
Mm-hmm.
You're on staff with Bo, with Riley, with Frost. Scout team given first team that work at all? Different mindset, different athletes, but what was that approach like for those scout teams?
Sad to say, Bo was good.
Okay.
Bo was good because Bo was right there in the mix.
Mm.
You know what I mean? A couple of staffs after Bo, things were said that was disappointing. Don't do this, don't do that, because you're going to make them look bad. I'm like, that's what they need to see.
And the kids actually listen. Like, that's where you said they're telling you not to go for the ball, and you're going for the ball anyways. Yeah.
So then when it came down to pressure, now all of a sudden they want to go hard or have the kids go hard. Hey, we need you to go push the kids to go harder. It's too late now. You've already had them in the mind frame of not practicing hard. The goal is to compete, to make each other better, not to back off unless there's a day to back off on. So, but to answer your question, I saw J.D. Spillman do work on the scout team. I saw the twins do work on the scout team.
Davis twins?
Yes.
Okay, yep.
And I would encourage him to do work on the scout team defensively.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? On the offensive side of the ball, like I said, JD.
Mm-hmm.
I would encourage like the running backs and the receivers to go hard at the DBs. Anytime you at a receiver, go hard at the DBs because they need that work.
Mm-hmm.
They need that work. And we had a walk-on tryout, and this little kid came out, and he was about, I say little kid, this little young man.
Okay.
I'm 5'8". He's 5'6", right, and a half, maybe buck 45, 40, 50 soaking wet.
Mm-hmm.
And he comes out for the tryout, and this was during Bo's year. And we didn't have any speed wide receivers on the scout team to give the DBs a look. So I'd never forget it. He comes out, and everybody's laughing. And the upperclassmen were sitting in the balcony in the indoor.
In Hawks?
In Hawks.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets down to run his 40, and he's standing at the starting line. And I look up at Kenny Bell, and Kenny Bell goes, "Coach, I'm going to say a 4'8", right?
Okay.
4'7". And I looked back down there, and he jumped. Like some guys, when they stand there, they just jump.
A little warm-up jump, yeah.
Warm-up jump. And I looked, and I said 4'4". He said, "No way." Bruh, that boy got in that block and took off. Jamrock looked at me, and Jamrock looked at each other, and we just both shook our head, and I was like, "Holy smokes!" I looked up at Kenny. He said, "What do you run?" I said, "A 4.3." He goes, "No way!" And I go, "Yeah." So Jeff Jamrock goes, "Hey, go do that again. Go do that again." You know how fast Jeff Jamrock just talked. He got back in that thing and did it again. I'm like, "Holy smokes!" So we went a couple one-on-ones,
mm-hmm.
and he ran a post on the DB that was doing a walk-on tryout. Beat him by 5 yards, right? Stopped on the logo on the dime and did a backwards flip. No hand. The bleachers erupted. Everybody came out those bleachers and welcomed that dude with open arms. And I tell you, he gave those guys fits on the scout team. He was so quick and fast. He gave them fits on the scout team. But that's what they needed. They needed to practice, get somebody with some speed.
Mm-hmm.
But oh my God, Ty Becker was his name.
Okay.
Ty Becker.
Ty Becker?
Ty Beck, Betka.
Ty Betka.
Betka.
You're in the annals, my man.
And he was so fast, bro.
I feel like just anecdotally, I haven't heard of as many stories of guys coming up from scout team, like, you know, the walk-on program, like that was the thing, right? You found those hidden gems, such as they were. I feel like I've just heard of so few of those stories, at least compared to, 20, 25 years ago.
Yes. Again, I took pride in that as a former player, I knew what the walk-ons meant to the program.
Mhm.
So I took pride in that. And it was satisfying, gratifying to see maybe half the guys that I brought in earn playing time.
Nice.
Some of them scholarships, right? So, yeah. Hopefully we'll get back to that or stay with that. I know they did away with the walk-on tryouts, which I thought they should have never done. But hopefully the new staff gets back to it.
For sure. That'll put a bow on a good week of content here at 93.7 Ticket. Kenny, thanks as always.
Thank you, brother.
Great weekend, my man. For Kenny and for Jay, I'm Austin. This is 93.7 Ticket. Thanks for listening to Old School. We'll be back with you on Monday. Thanks for listening. Hope you have a great weekend.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals. Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln by offering a number of services. From group homes for